Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be doing our June bullet journal setup, and this month's theme is going to be sunflowers. They're my favorite flowers, so for the month of June I decided to go with something bright and yellow and symbolizes happiness, just so that we can get that energy into the air, especially with quarantine happening and social distancing still being in effect. You know, I think it is kind of easy to get depressed during these times. So since the bullet journal will be in my life every single day, at least that's my intention, I figured, it would be nice to have a nice happy color to work with while we're doing our journal entries. Now, I've been bullet journaling since February, but I'm not gonna lie, I've been pretty unsuccessful with it. I'll usually start towards the beginning of the month, and then eventually I'll just fall off and, not do my daily entries, not, cross off tasks off my list. And I know that bullet journals are supposed to help with being productive, but the reality is if you're not putting in the work, your bullet journal really isn't gonna do much for you. So with my false attempts at bullet journaling from February until now, I kind of have an idea of what works for me and what doesn't. Now that I've started a YouTube channel, I know, for example, that I'm gonna need to plan out my weeks more so. Previously, I was only planning out my days, and that was pretty much because, I didn't have a weekly goal that I needed to meet, so to speak. But now that I have a more clear idea of what my monthly goals are, I do need to plan out my weeks. So for the month of June, you're gonna see that we're gonna have a weekly spread in here, as well as a habit tracker. Now, for the previous months, I had a habit tracker, but I think that what I was trying to track, I wasn't as invested in as I am now. So when I do my habit tracker, we're gonna see how I set that up, and what I choose to track. I think that's important. And yeah, for the month of June, we're just trying to be overall more productive. I pretty much have a pattern, like a fatal flaw of getting that motivation kick at the beginning of starting a new habit or starting a new goal, and then over time, as I'm working towards that goal, I kind of lose motivation, and then I fall off, and then I make all these excuses to not follow through with what it is I'm trying to do, whether that be I'm trying to eat healthier. I'll eat healthy for a couple of days and then I'll fall off. Drinking water, I'll drink the right amount of water for a couple of days, and the next thing I know, I haven't drinking water all day, and I fell off of that goal. Even with daily drawing, I'll start drawing every single day, and I'll do sketches, and then eventually I'll let that go too. So we're coming back to the bullet journal as a way to combat this terrible pattern, because it needs to go. It needs to stop. It's funny because I was actually going through my Twitter account today. I had Twitter, or I should say, I started Twitter back when I was 17, so years ago. And I recently logged back into my account today to see what was 17-year-old, 18-year-old Loriana talking about. And oh my gosh, it's so funny how much you change and don't change at the same time. When I was 18, 19, I was talking about starting a YouTube channel, and here I am at 23, I'm about to be 24, I finally started it. But it's I can't imagine, when I was younger and wanting to start a YouTube channel, where I would be right now. But, everything happens in its own time. But a lot of the goals that I had after going through my old Twitter account were pretty much the same. I wanted a YouTube channel, I wanted to get back into art, and I think after years, I'm finally coming back into alignment with the things that I want to do. Just for a moment, right here, as you can see at the top, I set my goals, and I have 4 goals at the top. ASA certificate, that's an Associate Solutions Architect certificate for Amazon Web Services. That's all my goal for this month because it would help me tremendously with my job. The other 3 goals are splits, daily art, and regular exercise. And those are 4 important things that I really want to work for. So in my habit tracker, you can see that all 4 habits that I'm trying to track have something to do with the goals that I set for myself. The online class is for my certificate, to study for the certificate. The yoga is for the splits. drawing and painting is so that I can contribute to my daily art, and then regular exercise, the habit I'm tracking for that is jumping rope. I also added water and skincare to my daily habits because those are also really important, and I have fallen off with those. Okay, so next I'm getting into the gratitude page. So I haven't done this spread, I haven't done this spread before, but I wanted to give it a try this month just because, again, back with the whole environment that we're in right now, mentally, it can be a little bit tough to stay positive and, stay bright when all you're allowed to do really is stay inside. And even if you go outside, you can't really socialize with your family and friends like you used to. So maybe part of bringing happiness back or brightening up the days again would be to be more appreciative of what you do have. So I started this gratitude page because my intention is every single day to write down something that I am grateful for, or even to write down an affirmation, just so that you can reset your mind and not fall into feeling gloomy all the time, due to our new reality. So we're gonna try this. We're gonna try doing this. Try. I know you shouldn't say try because try means that you're allowing room for error, but we're working on it. We're working on it. So I do see this spread being beneficial to my mood. Not that I've been in bad moods lately, but I kind of really haven't been in the best moods lately either. It's been really stressful, just with the climate, even with, seeing all of the police brutality, incidences taking up my timeline, like all of that can really put a damper on your mood. Just being faced with reality can put a real damper on your moods, especially when right now we have all the protesting happening, rightfully so, all the rioting, and just all the people who are wrongfully dying. It's really hard to stay positive, especially when you're at home. You're probably scrolling on social media a lot. I think these little ways of trying to add some positivity into your day-to-day might be able to help balance out some of that negativity. So, what was I saying? Oh yeah, back to 18 and 19-year-old Loriana. A lot of the goals that I had when I was younger are still the same now, which can only mean that I need to start acting on them, or else I'll probably be living a life of should've, would've, could've. And that's a way that I definitely don't want to live. I don't want to be 40 years old wishing that I would've started something that I knew I wanted to start at 23, at 17, at 18, I'm gonna start and I'm gonna do these things now. And part of that was starting this YouTube channel, so I'm glad that I did that. But now I have to keep going, especially with my art. It seems like just going through my old Twitter account that getting back into art has been like a lifelong thing that I just abandoned, and I need to stop doing that because, maybe my need for being creative is just part of who I am, and I need to stop neglecting it. Especially after seeing 18-year-old and 19-year-old Loriana talk about it so much. So I just thought it was pretty cool going back and seeing what I was talking about at that age and how it really hasn't changed, which is a bad thing because it's like, dang, maybe I should have acted on these things that I wanted, but a good thing because I'm actually starting to act on those things. So that was some nice, insight there. So for this spread, this is just the weekly spread. Again, as I was saying before, now that I'm doing YouTube, I do need to plan out my weeks because I do need to set some time aside so that I can record videos, and also set time aside so that I can edit them. And also just making sure that I set aside time to actually put in the effort to get these habits done that I'm trying to track. So just as a way to make sure that the days don't all blend in together, I can have a weekly plan for when and how I'm going to get my habits done and how I'm going to get these YouTube recordings out. Because I also realized that the habits I'm trying to track, they do take time. Like drawing, painting, they don't have to be the most complicated things, but I'm also trying to get better at what I'm doing. So I do want to dedicate like an hour a day to drawing, or like 30 minutes a day to stretching and doing yoga. And even just making these YouTube videos, like doing these paintings and draw with me's and paint with me's, those take a couple of hours, so I definitely need to plan those out. Yeah, so I put the little YouTube sign on Thursday, which is actually my birthday. I have no idea what I'm gonna exactly do that day to celebrate, but the YouTube sign is there because I'm trying to post videos every Thursday and Sunday. So Thursday would be the next time that I'm supposed to have a video up. And really, YouTube is the main reason why I need this spread, because I realized that editing takes a lot of time. And even just recording videos can take a lot of time. So with working full time and trying to have this YouTube channel and be consistent with it, I definitely need to make sure that I'm taking advantage of this bullet journal. And you know what? It's gonna happen. I'm gonna stick with it this month. I'm not gonna fall off and leave it by the wayside. I'm not gonna forget to track anything. You know, I'm going to be productive. This is supposed to be a productivity tool. I'm going to change my behaviors and be productive this time. I'm in charge. We are all in charge of our own lives, and we're in charge of the decisions that we make. So, you know, me failing with the last couple of months and being as productive as possible, that was because I made certain choices. And, you know, I'm the only person responsible for not getting certain things done. Oh my gosh, am I the only person? Like, do you guys ever feel like when you don't accomplish something, do you ever feel bad about it? Especially when you know it's something that you can do, you just aren't putting any effort towards it. I don't know why I do that, because then when the time passes and I think to myself like, dang, I could have accomplished so much by now, and I didn't because I just chose not to do anything. It's like you have the plan, you have all the answers, so to speak, as far as how to get started, and then you just don't, out of fear or whatever. I don't even know. But even like the things that I put on my goal list for June, I could have had them done. It's just I really didn't put any time to it. But, you know, that's why we're here trying to bullet journal. We're going to fix that. We're going to change that pattern, that behavior. We're not going to do that anymore because we're going to be 24. Okay, it's time we need to get things done. Nobody can make you successful. You have to do that yourself. So we're going to do this. Oh, side note, I actually like how I blended out these sunflowers. It's something about using that mid-tone orange that just kind of made it blend together a little bit. You know, makes it kind of come together just a little. I didn't have any brown. I wish I had brown for like the middle part where the seeds are supposed to be, but you know, we made it work. Finally, after doing that spread, we're just gonna get into the dailies. I've been doing this type of daily for the last couple of months because it's pretty simple. You don't have to be so artsy or whatever. All I'm doing here is just writing out the name of the day, putting some lines on either side of it, and then writing the actual date underneath, and then finally highlighting the name of the day with a marker. So these are our spreads. This is our monthly goals and habit trackers right here. We are going to fill those days up. It's going to happen. There will be no blank days. There will be no blank days. It's not happening, all right? Okay, now we have our gratitude page. I'm actually really excited to fill that spread out. It's going to be great. And then we have our weekly page where this is where we're going to have our planning done. And then finally, our dailies. Okay guys, so that's our June bullet journal setup. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more creative content from me, please subscribe and click the notification bell so you can be notified for my next uploads. I plan to upload every Sunday and Thursday, so stay tuned. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!